My name is Trevor, and in this video, I want to share with you my full story of how I went from being a broke college kid to making $50K per month 2 years later. And before I even talk about college, I actually want to go back a little bit before that, back to March of 2020. I was a senior in high school, and out of nowhere, as I'm finishing my senior year and everything's going well, this random thing starts happening called COVID-19. Basically, it forced all of us to go back home and be isolated inside of our homes. And to be honest with you, the first little bit of COVID, I was just like everyone else and just like wasted my time, played a bunch of video games, etc. Was like depressed, anxious, whatever. But around May of 2020, when COVID was like, it was still peaking, but you're kind of like getting used to isolation. I began looking into ways to make money online. And the reason why is because during this time of reflection, where I was away from all the distractions and I just had time to myself, I actually started really thinking about my future. And being a senior in high school, I had no idea what I wanted to major in for college. I had no idea what my life was going to look like after college. And there was a lot of fear and anxiety there because I really didn't want to live the corporate life. I saw people who were doing that just like miserable and depressed. And I just could not see myself living a life where you wake up every day at the same exact time, you go wear the same clothes every single day, you go to the same exact cubicle every single day, and you try to act like you like people there when really you don't. And you have to sit there and listen to what somebody else tells you to do every single day. And then even while going through all of that, you barely make enough money to get by. And then, you can only go on vacation once a year, where I wanted to go on vacation 100 times a year. And so I was really nervous about my future. I had no idea what I wanted to major in. And so I began looking into ways to make money online. But before I was directly looking, I actually downloaded an app that you guys know called TikTok. And as I'm just like scrolling casually on TikTok, I start seeing people who were my age or younger at the time making money online. I saw people between the ages of like 17 to like 20 making 10, 15, 20, 30K per month online. And to be honest with you, it pissed me off because at first I just thought they were all like scammers. And I was like, dude, there's no way this is real. But as I started to look into them more and more, I actually realized that most of these people were incredibly smart. And I actually realized that it is possible on paper, right? And so I got a little bit pissed off because it seemed like my entire life, I was just brainwashed into living this one way where you have to get good grades in high school, you have to go to college, then you have to get good GPA in college, then you have to graduate, then you got to make sure that you love your boss and work up the corporate ladder, and then make sure you save your money and go get a mortgage. Like, that was not the life that I wanted to live. I respect anyone else who does want to, but I could just not see myself living that life. And so what's ironic now is looking back to it, like I didn't want to work a 9 to 5 back then, like a boring 9 to 5. But now for my own company, like I'm happy to work 5 to 9, double the hours. But hey, that's just kind of how it works. Anyways, as I was starting to go to my freshman year of college, I began actually starting to make money online. So early or late 2020, the start of the school year, so like September type time period, I began actually looking directly into ways and actually trying ways to make money online. I tried drop shipping for like 2 days. So I don't even know if I can really like count that as like something I tried, because 2 days, I mean, come on, like you're not going to find success. But I actually did try pretty heavily affiliate marketing. Those of you who don't know, affiliate marketing is basically where you promote somebody else's product. And I actually did affiliate marketing for a good amount of time. And that's before I like got into remote sales and all that stuff. But affiliate marketing, essentially, I actually found a fair amount of success with. I did it for a little bit of time. I found some decent success, but after doing it for about 5 to 6 months, I was now in 2021. I was like midway through, no, not midway. It was like January, February of 2021. I began getting a little bit frustrated with affiliate marketing because if you guys don't know, affiliate marketing is like super, super hard to scale. You either have to run ads or have like a massive personal brand to make affiliate marketing work. The margins are tight. There's really only like a couple companies or programs that you can actually find success with. So I ended up just like moving on from it. And I began looking into remote sales because I had a pretty dark realization. I actually realized that just about everybody out there, like they'll tell you to make money online with their way. Like they'll say, hey, go do dropshipping, go do affiliate marketing, go do print on demand, go do e-commerce, whatever. But they all run the same business. They all actually have an audience on social media and they sell some sort of online course or coaching program. And a lot of these same people don't continue to just do the side hustle that they teach you. They actually just run the course and the coaching program. And so I realized that that truly was the best business model out there. And so I realized like, okay, that's great. But for me, I didn't have the expertise to be able to run one of those businesses. Like if I was an expert at making money online, sure, I could create a course at the time, but I wasn't. So I couldn't. I was just an ordinary person. And so that ultimately led me down the rabbit hole of learning how to actually work with one of those kind of businesses and start acquiring skill sets. And so I ended up getting into appointment setting. And this was later into 2021, like midway through 2021, I began doing appointment setting. My first month, I was pretty successful with it. I made $3K. My second month was like $4K, something in some change. Like I don't have the exact number. And then my third month was $5K. And then I was actually part of a Discord community with a bunch of other young entrepreneurs that I had joined some time ago. And we would get on those calls and we'd like help each other, work with each other, etc. And there were about 15 young gentlemen in that group between the ages of like 18 to 22. It was like a networking group for young entrepreneurs. They were all running like different kind of businesses. And for me, I joined that group. And at the end of my appointment setting career with that company that I made $5K per month with, I was actually inside of that group. And I realized that it first started with 15 members and now it was down to 2. And the 2 people in there were me and my current business partner. So there's this massive group of 15 people. They're all brainstorming. Everyone else, all the other 13, they went, back to working a 9-to-5 job, back to working some corporate thing or going back to college or whatever. There was only 2 people left. It was me and my current business partner. And me and my current business partner, his name is Alex. I was really good at appointment setting, and he was really good at creating content on social media and running ads and taking sales calls. And so we thought it would be perfect to actually connect together and start to build our own offer. Now, one thing I want to say, this leap of faith that we ended up taking, this was heavily influenced by the fact that I had a mentor. And something that I want to talk about to you guys is like, I totally respect anybody who gets like red flag vibes or like really they think it's a scam if you're just selling like an online course. But having a mentor for me genuinely was one of the most important things that I had on my journey. Without it, like it would have taken me probably 10 years to get to where I am, but it took me 2. And that just goes to show how important having a mentor is. Like I see people talking about like they're trying to like do it on their own. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, we ended up starting our own business, me and this Alex guy. He knows ads, he knows social media, he knows sales calls, I know appointment setting, and we start working together. But the issue is he knows a lot more than me. I don't know as much. And so what ends up happening is we started a 50-50 business where I was doing appointment setting and he was doing the other things. And it actually was working quite well, but he was taking on majority of the workload since he had these primary skills and responsibilities and I only had appointment setting. And so I felt bad for him, and that ultimately, like me just genuinely feeling bad for him, ultimately led me down the path of learning remote sales. And also I was working with the mentor who had some practice in high ticket closing. So I started learning that on top of doing appointment setting. And then what ended up happening is I started getting really, really good at high ticket closing so that my business partner could just focus on creating content and marketing, and I could do appointment setting and high ticket closing. So this was headed into 2023 at this point. I ended up actually taking on both of those responsibilities at the same time. So I did appointment setting for a business and high ticket closing for a business at the same time. And it was a grind, let me tell you guys. For anybody who doesn't know, that's basically like taking on 2 full-time jobs. Yeah, it's a grind. And ultimately, so it went from this relationship of this guy having to work extra hard because he has these responsibilities to now me having to do a lot of work, which is quite funny. But me and Alex working in that business, things started really working well. We picked up, we got to 20, 30, 40, 50K per month. And in 2023, 2023, we hit our first 50K per month. I think it was in January, and then like in February, we hit another 50K per month. And then in March, I think we did another one, and then it slowed down a little bit. And then it was like averaging 30 again, and then it picked back up later on back to 40, 50 again. But basically the entire year of 2023, I pretty much it was just an absolute all out grind. I was doing appointment setting and sales. And one thing that I should have probably mentioned is once I started getting a little bit of success with my first appointment setting company that I worked with that I made 3, 4, 5K per month with, I actually just had the nerve and the balls to just drop out of college, which was a pretty crazy decision at the time. Mom and Dad, if you guys are watching this, I'm sorry for all the for all the trouble I put you guys through. But I literally I saw the vision of what could happen, and I was like, dude, if I have all the time in the day instead of going to college classes that I can focus on this, there's no way that I can't get to 10K per month. And then what do you know? Me dropping out, then a couple months later, literally get there. It's crazy how that works. Like if you see a vision, you just got to go for it sometimes. Anyways, though, all of 2023 was just me doing appointment setting and sales for like 12 to 14 hours every single day. And it was a grind. Then ultimately in 2024 to start, I got a little bit burnt out. We hired an appointment setter for our own business. So I was just doing the closing now, which was a lot easier. But I actually realized like pretty early on that I actually liked the work. Maybe not doing 12 to 14 hours every single day, but I do like working long hours because I think as a man specifically, like when you're building something, that's some of the most fun you can have in life is like when you're building and when you're like progressing towards a goal. And so I ended up going from doing appointment setting and closing with my business partner, making like 20K per month for my own income, 50K per month for the business, to now we hired an appointment setter, so I'm just doing closing. And with that extra time that I now got back, I actually decided to start my own business here where I actually help people follow in my footsteps. I teach people, young men specifically, how to make money online because it genuinely changed my life, and I'm extremely happy. I've done a lot of traveling, which I didn't really throw into this story, but there were months where I was still working very hard, but I actually went to the Canary Islands and worked there and took a ton of sales calls and ripped a ton of DMs. I moved there with 2 other guys for an entire month, and we worked there. I also did the same thing in Mexico. I also did the same thing in Florida. So pretty awesome, to be honest. Like working is actually quite fun when you're in a good environment around good people. But now, since making money online was able to change my life and allow me to do a lot of really fun stuff, I now help other people because I actually got people asking me for help. So started my own offer now where people can follow in my footsteps. And I love helping people now. I realize that the true thing that I like doing is not making money, but actually helping people. And so I actually want to teach my path to people like yourself. If this video resonates with you and if my story, makes sense based on where you're at in life. And basically, if you feel like what I accomplished and what I did resonates with you, and you're also looking for a way to maybe fast track the process of getting to 5K per month, getting to 10K per month, maybe quitting your job, maybe dropping out of college, then what you can do is you can check out the link in the description and watch another video that kind of breaks down how I help people, and also book a one-on-one call. But basically, guys, this was my story, and this is where I'm at in 2024. And I will continue using this YouTube channel to document my journey. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and just let me know in the comments if you have any questions.